There's a lot of chaos in the world. It brings tears to my eyes. But we as people awakening and moving forward have to see the tears and just acknowledge, oh, the world's in chaos. This is all okay. It's all part of a shift. It's the breaking down of an old system. We are moving into a new system. Is it going to be a physical system? Is it going to be an energetic shift? What's happening to us? And if we spend any time in that questioning, we get lost in it. So Celia's been expressing that there's a lot of people hurting, and they actually feel, look, the only thing I can see is suicide or leaving. And let me tell you, I have been 20 years wanting to go home. This is not our true place. This is where we have agreed to come to learn. And I always describe it as the Harvard of the cosmos, you know, the McGill, the Cambridge, all the universities we think are like the best, the most elite universities. Well, this planet, you have been entered into the best learning education center the cosmos has to offer right now. And it's why we're trying to anchor it. We are moving into the fifth field. Now, we've always been a 3D species. So whether we're living in a holographic universe, whether we're in a hologram like Star Trek, you know, whether we're the only true things in the field, like maybe everything else that we've created, like I always say, you know, if you speed up the atoms enough, none of this exists. So is any of it real? But the pain we feel is real. The emotions, the experiences we have as humans are real. That's the catalyst for our growth. So do I appreciate and understand where you're coming from? I just want to go home. Well, yes. You know, suicide is a word that brings us down. Let's not go into that avenue. Do you want to go home? Yes. Do you want ease? Yes. Do you want to be moved out of the pain that we're experiencing? Yes. We as awakened beings, the ones that are working so hard at seeing another world, at expressing ourselves truthfully and honestly, raising our frequency, moving towards the light. Do we want to go home? Yeah, today, please. But we came for a reason. And so it's like, oh, I paid a lot of money to go to the best university in the whole cosmos, and I really just want to go home. The class load is too heavy. The course load is too heavy. The teachers are not really the way I'd like them to be. Even the school. I'm not sure I even want to be at this school. I have never been afraid to rip that open, because what I have discovered is that if you share it with another person, it halves. And if you share it again with another person, it halves. You start to lift it up out of the organs and the bodies and the cells. Oh, I want to go home. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm sad. I'm lonely. Yes, we are. But we have this machine right in front of us that I've been so resistant to use, but the beings have said over and over again, use their tools against them. Now, who's they? Who's there? The dark forces. The dark forces, and if we get into defining that, we get lost in it. Something dark and something light are definitely exchanging energy for control of us as the light force of the planet. That's where you end that conversation. It's like, do you believe it? And most of us go, yeah, something's going on. Well, if you start to get into the definition of it, we start to separate it because we unite in our similarities or we disintegrate in our differences. So if one of us is going, oh, it's the devil, and somebody else is going, oh, no, it's, you know, it's the dark ETs, or somebody else is going, well, no, it's a dark force on the planet. There's two groups. When Evan was in the coma and came out of the coma, he said to me, oh, Mummy, the light ones and the dark ones are having a war for the world. And he glanced over his shoulder and he smiled and he said, don't worry, the light ones are going to win. Like there was not a doubt in his little 4-year-old mind. He had spent over 40 minutes with God, the God. Now, God made me uncomfortable. So I had to change it to the giver of directions, because my background was, God is not necessarily happy and joyful and saying good things. Like, my background was that made me uncomfortable. This is where I say to you, we get to choose if a word works for us. It's just a word. Back to the thought that we want to go, we want to get out of here. It's like it's just getting good. Now, I have not always felt that way. I had to start saying, yes, it is the ignition key to finding okayness right now. Are we delighted? Are we like, woohoo, everything's awesome? In our human state right now, things are coming down. It's heavy. It seems to be hard. But the lighter you can make your field, and that is any joy. Any joy. If you put something in your mouth and it's really yummy, you just really yummy it. Nom, nom, nom. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I say it's like Mario Kart. You have a little level up. Oh, I can get through the day. Well, do we want to just keep getting through the day? Well, for right now, we need to support each other to just get through the day, because we need your juice. We, the light workers, we, the people who choose change, we, the people who see things differently than the other people around us. The first thing is to see those people in the chaos. They need our empathy and our kindness and our love. Somebody treats you badly, you say, oh, I love you. I hope you have a great day, because they're energy beings in suits that can't see a way out of this. They're frightened. They're afraid. We're frightened. We're afraid. We're being separated. We're being pushed apart. The beings talked about a period of coldness, and I thought they meant physical coldness. But I'm beginning to think that the coldness they talked about is the coldness we're in. Families pushing each other away, loved ones, bestie friends, because we disagree on what's happening with the things around us. Don't talk about the things around us. Oh, we could break that down. Tons. People call it unpacking the issue. I don't want to unpack that issue. I want that issue to go to the periphery. For me, for my friend Celia, for my kids, for anybody in my group, where we always talk about that. Listen, see a world in chaos, send it your love. Now shift it to your periphery. It hasn't gone away. It's still there. You're aware of it. It's how you deal with it. It's how you choose to react to it that is going to either make you high frequency or low frequency. Every choice counts now. Every choice you make, the way you treat that person, counts. It's either lifting your field so that you feel more connected and more balanced and more alive in a challenging position, or you're giving into that dark field of, oh, and then the words come out of your mouth. You're an idiot. You're stupid. You're whatever. And then I go, cancel, cancel, cancel. That language is so powerful. So we go back to the concept of, oh, I don't want to be here anymore. I just want to go. So when those words come to yourself, to your head, they're in your head. You reach out to somebody else. You find the funny meme. You find the person that says, yes. Oh, I feel your struggle today. Let's talk about it. And then all of a sudden the person says, I'm so afraid. Because you know what? That's the core of most of this. I'm so afraid. Yes, that is one of the things that bubbles up for us. And if we keep saying it, it will bubble up more and more. And then you get reactions of anger and upset and more chaos. So you once again, you say, oh, this is fear. Now, some of us, I get it right up in my belly. Some of us kind of get it in our bodies. And then we want to react. And then we want to leave. I don't want to do this anymore. But we're right on the precipice of change. This is in all of our scripture writings. This is in all of our ancient cultures. The indigenous peoples, the Hopi people in particular, are talking about shifting from this fourth field, the fourth attempt for us to anchor this earth experience, into the fifth field. Now, the positive good news that I've been told by these beings is that this is a new time of a new trial. So the first field, the second field, the third field, all just allowed the indigenous peoples to go. The memory keepers, the record keepers went from one field to the next field. But I've been assured that this time, because it has not worked the first, second, third, and fourth time, that as we shift this time, anybody who's of the light, anybody who's turning towards high frequency, anybody who's choosing, yes, turn your key, yes, 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 turning towards this new field. Now, is the new field going to be a physical field that, you know, it's the same place and we're just going to shift? I'm not 100% sure. Is a rainbow bridge going to show up? Is a portal going to show up? Is the field going to shimmy, 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 and you're going to go, wow, I can go in there? Whatever happens, yes is the key. Yes, I am high frequency. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm prepared. Yes, I want change. Yes, I create change. Careful with want, because it creates lack. See, our language is so important right now. Our language is so important. So do I feel your pain about wanting to go home? Let's not use the other word. Yes, I feel it. I know it. I've lived it for 20 years because I just want to go home. But right now, this is home. And right now, you are in alignment with us, the light workers, the light bringers, the new age metaphysical movement towards betterness. Don't get caught up in the words. Use the words that work. We will be successful. I have a guarantee from a 4-year-old. The light is going to win. So just hang on. Come to sites that say, hey, listen, what can we do today to bring your field up? How do we get through another hour if it's a crappy day? You know, actually, I'm having a really crappy day today. My physical body is just unhappy with me today. Choices, energy, brain stuff, who knows what causes it? But if I feel it like, oh, wait, now symptoms of world and change. Yeah, me too. We have to structurally start to be understanding that, yeah, we're in it. We're not separate from this field. So anybody who's even the slightest bit empathic or intuitive, feeling the pain of the planet. So there's a couple of things you can do. You can put your hands out, anchor your feet into the ground, put your hands out to the earth, ask the mother, support me, balance my field, give me strength to share my light with everybody else so together we can care bear stare. I'm actually going to send Celia the little thing and see if we can insert it, because we are the care bears. And their big bellies light up and they send out their love and they're like, yes, we choose something different. So if you're one of the people struggling with this, and if you like wanting to go home is the number one thing, change your language. Change your language. Change it from I want or I need to choose. I choose something different, because want and need makes you feel lack. So we, the people, are going to shift this and we're going to have success.